What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about when is the right time to get intimate with a man you meet on dating apps. That's the question, and that's what I'm going to answer. Recently, again, I was on the YouTube community page, and I just posted, hey, what kind of videos you guys want to see on this channel? I'm going to do video responses to the stuff I see in this comment section, and that's what I got. Somebody said, when is the right time to get intimate with the man that you met on the dating apps? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really approve of getting intimate with people you know predominantly from dating apps. And what I mean by that is, you can't just know them from the dating app. You have had to spend enough time around them that you know them more from your in-person experiences and not the dating app. This is what I mean. A lot of times you might meet a guy, text or DM each other a little bit on a dating app, and then you text your way to a date, end up on that date, have a really good time, it's magical, and then you have some, times with each other. You get all physical and whatnot. But the majority of your communications, the majority of your familiarity was built on the tension that you got from the dating app or the texting. So you just got intimate with a complete stranger from a dating app, right? I don't like that. I think that's foolish. I don't think it is damn sure foolish. Because you don't know where people been, you don't know what their sexual status is. Like, it's a lot there. Please know your status and get checked, because that's why people are doing too much with strangers. So no, you don't get intimate with a person you know specifically and completely from a dating app. So I'm not sure. I can't tell you when the right time to get intimate is. I'm not in control of your body. I don't seek control of your body. I just seek that you have dominion and control over your decisions and make better ones. But I can tell you that for me, if you're asking me as a dating coach, I think it's best to only get intimate with someone after you've had them in your life long enough to know them more from your real life experiences than the dating app, whatever tension was built in the DM or on the text messages on the way to that date, right? So if you've been around that person for, weeks or months, now you know them from real life. You don't know them from the dating app because you spent some time around them. You've gotten familiar. Too often people go on dates after meeting on dating apps, and you might go on one date. You spend 3 hours on a date with a person or 2 hours on a date with a person, and now you're rolling around. You just literally slept with a person you've known for 3 hours. And they say, no, we talked on a dating app for a month, or we talked on a dating app for 2 weeks. None of that counts. You didn't know, you were talking to a profile picture. You weren't talking to that human being. You really wasn't around him. So you really slept with a stranger, a complete stranger, just because you had texted them a couple of times or a few dozen or a few hundred times. That's not a real interaction with a person, right? You didn't get the human experience until you got on a date with them and they were a complete stranger, and then you lay down with them. So I don't think that is a smart thing to do. I think that if you're going to be intimate with a person, you should at least know them. You should know them personally. You should know them well. You should at least know their sexual status at the very least. But other than that, you should have more time in person with them than you had on dating apps with them. Too often people go and they jump in bed on the first date or the second date, and that's cool. If that's all you want is relations, physical relations, then that's all you're gonna get. Good for you. Don't complain about not having a legitimate, healthy relationship or finding one, because that's what you're doing. You're serving your sexual needs, which is your prerogative, like Bobby Brown. Good for you. But if you want a real relationship and you're looking to have interactions with people of quality, then you have to meet the human being and have human experiences with a person outside of sex, non-sexual experiences with a person, so that you can humanize yourself to them, become a real friend, become someone that they actually respect, and become someone that they actually care about, as they do the same with you. So that when you do have sex, it's not just sex. It's an elevation of that relationship. It's the next step forward. And that takes a lot of human interaction. That takes a lot of history with a person to be built. That takes a real rapport with a person to be built. In general, at the very least, a real friendship. Too often people say they're friends with benefits when they're just people having sex who are friendly enough to keep the sex going, but they're not real friends. They don't care about each other. The person gets a flat tire, they can't call you and say, hey man, pick me up, I'm stranded. If you have a bad day, you can't call them and rant about it, because they don't give a damn, because y'all not really friends. Y'all just people who are friendly enough and nice enough, playing nice enough, smiling enough to have some relations. So I just don't believe in just randomly sleeping with people that you find on apps. That is not my thing. I'm not trying to shit on nobody, but that's not my thing. I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't like it. And I haven't met a lot of women who that's worked out for as far as finding healthy relationships. I know it happens. I know it exists. I know people in the comment section will be advocating for this random reckless shit, but that ain't my thing. You asking me, Ask them. They should create YouTube channels about the whole life if they want to. I ain't got nothing to do with it. All I'm saying is you should probably get to know a person as a human being in person, have a great amount of non-sexual time spent with them before you jump in bed with them. That way, if anything happens, whether or not there's pregnancy or an STD or anything, you have more of an anchor in your relationship to get things handled, whatever comes with that sex, than you would have if you just slept with a stranger, didn't know shit about them, and got pregnant, or just got an STD, or just got this or that. It's all fun and games until it ain't, until shit get real. So why would you want things to get real with a stranger? That's my take on it. That's my advice. I don't care where you meet a guy. You can meet a guy at the gas station. You can meet a guy on a dating app. You can meet a guy at a carnival. It doesn't matter where you meet a guy. But you do have to develop a real rapport. You do have to really get to know a person. You really have to know the human being that you're dealing with, what they're capable of, where they've been. Those things matter. And I don't think those things can be established in a few flirty conversations just because the chemistry's there. I'm sorry. I don't want to control your body. You control your body. But if you're asking me, the dating coach who talks to thousands of women who people forget about, y'all think I'm just doing YouTube videos, but I'm really trying to help people heal from the damage that their reckless decisions have caused them and heal from the damage that other damaged people have caused them because they focus so much on how they felt in the moment that they sacrificed how they would feel for years. So it's different with me. I'm not trying to slut shame or sex shame or kink shame anybody. I'm just saying that if you're asking me, the question was me, when is the right time to get intimate with a man you meet on dating apps? I don't give a damn if you met him in an elevator, a dating app, a carnival, a cruise, a closet. Get to know the human being so that the majority of your relationship isn't that dating app, but it's your human experience one-on-one in person together, learning each other, talking on the phone when you're not in person, figuring out who you're talking to, what that human being consists of. Stop having sex with strangers if you can help it, if you want a real relationship, and if you want to be safe about things. And put yourself in the best position to have a partner that you're familiar with and can trust in case you get pregnant. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes men lie, sometimes men change. But the likelihood of that happening goes down a whole lot less when you're making an educated decision to lay down with a man that you know over having sex with a stranger that you can only hope is a decent enough person to help you deal with whatever comes from sex. Anyway, I hope that helps. Follow me at Cafe24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.